Hello, good people. Hello, good people. I am Dr. Hollie Kelly, and this is Dr. Kelly's Perspective for a wonderful Wednesday. It is 7/7, July 7th, 2021. And hey, Z Joy. Hey, YouTube. I just stopped by for a few moments, and I have absolutely, I have absolutely nothing to share with you today. Is that absolutely ludicrous or what? But, however, I really don't have anything. I mean, I have zero. I have zero to share with you today. But it just be like that sometimes. That was horrible English, but I think you get it. It just be like that sometimes. So I figured I'd just pop in here and, consistency matters. I was how Facebook will send something to your timeline that happened on the same day, either a year before or previously. Someone, or maybe I was tagged in it, but anyway, it was a perspective from 5 years ago. It was July of 2017. Like, or 4 years ago. That was 18, 19, 20, 21. That was 4 years ago. Like, whoa, 4 years? Yeah. So I've been popping in doing perspective since September of 16. So it really will be 5 years. September of 2016. I did my first live. It wasn't even a perspective. I bootlegged something that I wanted everybody to see. It was the National Museum of African American History and Culture's grand opening. So I literally bootlegged the live stream, and I just thought it was my first live, and I thought everybody should see what was going on in the nation's capital with the Smithsonian's newest museum. So, and then I had a perspective about it. A perspective, my line of thought. Anyway, that was almost, in a couple of months, it will be 5 years. And my husband said something to me this morning about my lack of consistency. And that is very, very true in some areas. And I realized, not for the first time, but I realized, okay, unless you're going to be intentional and deliberate about it, stuff that good, bad, or indifferent, if it's not really important to you, there's the lack of consistency. You just will not be consistent. Think about it. Regardless of how important it is, regardless of how, oh, wow, that's a wonderful idea. That is great. All of that can be very true. And unless it's important to you, the consistency does not remain. You might get it right once. You might get it twice, get it right twice. But to replicate over and over again, that's going to be difficult unless you find it important enough to be consistent in it. So I'm very consistent in a lot of things because they're important to me. Other things that are not as important to me, even if it's for my good, if I have not changed the minds to make it important enough to me, it's going to be inconsistent unless somebody's dragging you along. Keep that in mind. When folks are around you and they are not doing, they just won't keep it going. You do well for like a good 3 days, and then you back off into doing your own thing. There's a reason for that. Oh, I'm just not disciplined. No, it's not important enough to you. And sometimes you just got to recognize that some things are not as important to you. Hello, mother. And so don't make a whole lot of excuses around it. Like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. It wasn't important to you. It wasn't a priority to you because it wasn't important enough to, climb up on the priority scale. So I guess I got around to something even though I was determined to come on here anyway. So just keep that in mind. Don't beat down people. It's not important enough to them yet to be consistent with it. So until we conquer that, we're going to find ourselves in that same old circle, same old loop. Change your mindset about what's important to you, and then it'll climb your priority ladder to consistency or not. Okay, I'm gonna have something for y'all tomorrow. A planned something. Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern, 5:30 a.m. Pacific for us early words. In the meantime, take real good care of yourselves.